I've said it before, and I'll say it again. You don't mess with rabbits. Sure, they look adorable when they're just hopping around, but they'll straight up rip your throat out if you look at them wrong. Perhaps the villains in the new game Ninjin Clash of Carrots should have heeded that advice, because the cute little bunny rabbit they messed with turns out to be a bloodthirsty killing machine with ninja moves and an unflinching desire for revenge. These guys don't stand a chance. This is the story of what happens when Shogun Mo decides to steal all the carrots from the rabbit villages. With fear and despair setting in, a charismatic bunny named Ninjin and Akai, the ninja fox, decide to fight their way across feudal Japan in order to thwart the evil plans and save the day. This leads to an exciting little beat-em-up with a pair of likable heroes and an almost dizzying array of creative bad guys. The action here is a little different from your typical old-school brawler. You don't just walk from left to right beating up thugs, but rather run at a full sprint as wave after wave of enemies try to slow you down. You'll do this through mellow meadows, snowy mountains, creepy caves, large cities, and all the way to the Shogun Temple, all in an effort to kill every last bad guy and save the valuable carrots. Ninjin and Akai come with a couple of fairly standard attacks. The standard move is to hack the enemies with your sword, which can also be combined with a dash for a deadly effective move that is good at taking out large groups of bad guys. When that doesn't work, we also have throwing stars that you can aim with the right analog stick. And as you work to defeat the hordes of enemies, you'll build up a fury gauge that'll unleash a dragon, ice chickens, and a super-powered shadowy version of our heroes. Where this game succeeds is in the customization. There are more than 150 items to buy and find in the levels, including an insane variety of swords, things to throw, masks, and perks. And it's not just the normal stuff, but fun melee weapons like an anchor, fishing pole, and even a blowfish. These different weapons have different attributes too, such as some are long range, some are short and quick, and others are heavy and slow but pack a big wallop. The game gives you a lot of incentive to mix and match and figure out what kind of combination works best for you. The best thing I can say about the combat is that it's fast and almost always fun. I had a good time zipping around the playfield while juggling the many types of bad guys, and there's an energy to the action that you don't get with a lot of brawlers. I especially love the sense of humor, which finds ways of skewering both old-school beat-em-ups and samurais in the process. This is a game teeming with personality, especially when it comes to the dozens of types of crazy bad guys. There are almost too many to get into here, but I love how the game feels the need to introduce each of them individually. Unfortunately, Ninjin Clash of Carrots does suffer from some of the same problems that often plague this genre. Despite all the silly weapons and customization, the combat is pretty simple and straightforward. You don't have a lot of attacks in your arsenal, and the levels aren't all that different from one another, which can result in the second half of the game feeling a little repetitive. This is the kind of game where it would have benefited from introducing a new mechanic in each new world. That way, the action constantly feels fresh. The only thing we get from beating the boss is a different variation of the super-powered Fury attack, which is honestly a little disappointing. My other concern with the game is that it's often too easy and over too soon. Granted, there were a few levels where the waves of enemies beat me down, but I found that I finished most of the stages on the first try, usually with a solid rating. It's the kind of game I easily beat in a single sitting, though I would recommend splitting up the action into shorter sessions. On the other hand, I did find a lot of value in the inventive Oni TV show, a crazy survival mode with some minor story elements and rare loot. I'm telling you, there's no part of this game that isn't oozing with personality. Ninjin Clash of Carrots is a fast and exciting new beat-em-up with a great sense of humor and an incredible selection of bad guys to hack and slash. I love the look of the game and all the crazy weapons you can collect, even though the action gets to be a bit repetitive at times and is a little too easy. I'm not sure this is an essential purchase, but I can see Ninjin attracting a devoted audience that can't wait to see what the developer does next. There's a lot to like here. Hey, thanks for watching our review. If you liked what you saw here, then you should know that we post new reviews and features almost every day. Now, here's the question I have for you. Who's your favorite animal action hero? There are a lot of really good ones in that game, Brutal. Remember that game with the fighting? Anyway. I also really liked Rocky and Pocky and Rocky. I can't wait to see your thoughts in the comments below. In other news, I'm currently hard at work on a bunch of reviews, including Super Seducer 2, The Gardens Between, Elia, and more. We still have a lot in store for you, so I strongly recommend you click that subscribe button and support what we're doing here. Until then.